Tony's an artist as trendy as she is respected. One month she'll be a panelist at the Venice Biennale, the next co-styling director for Converse shoes. She's in high demand.
The feminine theme in your work plays a major role, especially empowering the female. So why is it important for you to challenge that narrative of a woman's place in society?
There was a lack of representation from my standing as a young girl, so I needed to see or visualize black women who are deemed in different roles, who actually encompass all of these domestic natures but can still carry a scroll, can still carry a sword within their lifetime. So it's about envisioning ourselves in different aspects and carrying different hats and wearing different hats.
A creative director who studied film, Tony has a fine eye for photography, a flair that's clear on Instagram.
What made you choose art as a career, and how do you go about deciding on a style?
Before even leaving high school, I'd always been blogging and taking imagery of myself because I'd been living in this new suburb that didn't have people that I could interact with. So this was my only form of just having fun and enjoying life. And after I left high school and I understood history and I really enjoyed it, I really wanted to encompass all of that and bring substance towards the images that I was taking. So I took a gap year, worked in an art NGO called Mamoning Precinct, and I also worked in retail, and I worked at a call center. So all of these things were just trying to formulate an idea for what it is I was trying to do, but I really enjoyed what I was doing all along, and my mom helped me get into film school because she knew that is exactly where my heart lied. And I just did it.
Well, I know that Mom's here and I heard the kettle on, so I'd love for us to go and meet her and hear what she has to say about you.
Tony's parents are Frank, a bakery owner, and Winky Gum, a nurse at the Nompumelelo Special School in Guguletu. They've raised a prodigy.
Did you always think that Tony would be an artist?
On Mother's Day, I would have breakfast in bed. She would cut a slice of bread in even a heart shape and have a flower from outside somewhere on the tray. But that didn't make me think that she would end up being an artist. But I remember she was very creative.
What was that one moment that made you extremely proud of your daughter?
When I saw her at the Design Indaba, she was giving a, what was it?
It was a talk.
A talk in such a big crowd. And the confidence I saw there, I couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, that was a wow moment for me. I mean, seeing her on that stage, and that was what actually made her to be where she is now.
At an exhibition at the Christopher Moller Gallery, art consultant LUNGI MORRISON told us how she shares Tony's journey of discovery of her Eastern Cape cultural roots.
LUNGI, how did you get involved with Tony's work?
Well, it's about a year ago this time, during the Cape Town Art Fair, I was asked to convene a group of South African artists by a gallery in London that I'm associated to. I couldn't think of a better group than the likes of Tony, Atang, and Nelson Makamo to come together. And that's how I met the incredible Tony Gum.
Tony, what inspired your new series, Otoshi?
Well, it was generally a self-discovery for me. Growing up in Cape Town, in the city, I've always been longing for that connection with my cultural traditions. And I needed to figure that out for myself. And going to the Eastern Cape and speaking to the monarchs and Omama gave me that knowledge that I needed and I was longing for. And with their permission, I was able to embark on the 3 stages and tiers that women have to go through. Because in our culture, you don't just wake up becoming a woman. You don't wake up feeling like you are this. You need to be welcomed into it, almost initiated to those different levels.
Which is why you made it a self-portrait series.
Self-portrait, yes, but I like to shy away from the title itself. And in that, I also like to paint myself and almost remove the form of identity which speaks to the elements of me. It goes beyond me. I use myself as the object to tell the narrative. In other words, I want the people to look at the images and not just see Utoni, but see someone that they see within themselves.
What is it about Tony and her art pieces that you absolutely love the most?
I love that Tony is such an authentic embodiment of what it means to be an artist, but also she captures the essence of why our heritage and culture are so important. I think art does that for us. It's an opportunity to tell stories about who we are, but at the same time offer something new to the audience, and she does that beautifully. I'm a Xhosa woman. I happen to have grown up outside of South Africa, and here I am learning and engaging and reconnecting with the essence of what it means to be a Xhosa.
Over lunch, we met fellow creatives VUVU MASETI, the artist who does Tony's makeup, and digital art director Sisanda Mkedezi.
Sisanda, what's your fondest memory of Tony?
Fondest memory has to be when she started out taking pictures of herself, and we'd be taking pictures of her, and that's the fondest memory, or like the earliest of her come up, basically.
VUVU, what do you enjoy the most about working with Tony?
She's been doing what she does for a while now, but she still calls herself an artist in learning. So every day with her really is just about learning and just have fun with it, you know, because at the end of the day, we really are still learning.
As I look around with this great wine that we're sharing and food, it reminds me a lot of Italy, and you were recently in Milan. How was that exhibition?
It was amazing. It was the first time I actually started my travels alone, but it forced me to grow up a bit and to just take challenges as they come, but to be able to find a solution within that. So it was good to open that platform there, but I'm excited to bring it back home.
You call yourself an artist in learning, and although I may say you don't give yourself enough credit, but for those who are looking up to you and wanting to learn too, what advice would you give them?
First and foremost, you are an individual, you are human, and your existence matters, your voice matters. So whatever you have to share, don't worry about anything that everyone is telling you. Start and hone your craft with those who give you critical advice and those who are able to construct and elevate what you want to share. Also, challenge yourself, not to just produce work that is pretty. Also have substance within that and be the bearing fruit of what our parents have fought for.
Cheers to that. Awesome. Yeah.